Welcome back to IELTS Triumph. Today we'll focus on the first section of the IELTS exam, which is the IELTS Speaking Test. The IELTS Speaking Test, as the name suggests, is designed to test a person's English speaking ability. The IELTS Speaking checks both the fluency and the content of your speech. Let us look into the details about the IELTS Speaking Test. First, we will discuss the format of the test. The IELTS Speaking Test is conducted in the form of an interview with a trained examiner. It takes 11 to 14 minutes to conclude. The interview is recorded for further assessment. This means that the examiner can listen to the recording again and again and then give you a final score. The speaking test is divided into 3 parts. The first part is the interview, the second one is called the cue card, and the third part is the discussion. Now let us talk about the structure of the test. The first part, which is the interview, concludes in 4 to 5 minutes. The examiner asks questions about some familiar topics, such as your hobbies, studies, job, hometown, etc. The second part, which is the cue card, spans 3 to 4 minutes in general. In this part, you will be given a topic, for example, have you ever faced difficulty in online shopping, and some suggestions. You need to talk about the topic for 1 to 2 minutes. You are given about a minute to take notes before starting your speech. The discussion section proceeds for 4 to 5 minutes. The examiner will ask you more detailed and more abstract questions related to the cue card topic. For example, a discussion question related to the cue card discussed earlier could be, do you think that online selling platforms are trustworthy? Now we will try to understand the marking or assessment criteria for the speaking test. There are 4 criteria on which the speaking test is assessed: fluency and coherence. Under this criterion, the examiner checks your fluency, which is the ability to talk smoothly and confidently and without irregular pauses and self-corrections. Ability to talk at length. Coherence, which means that your speech is logical and makes sense. And cohesion, meaning that your sentences are linked together correctly to make sense. Lexical resources. In this criterion, the examiner checks the range of your vocabulary. Ability to use less common and idiomatic words naturally in your speech. It is important that the use of idioms is natural. Trying to force idioms and less common words in your speech can disturb your fluency and context, and correct use of phrases, grammatical range and accuracy. In this criterion, the examiner checks your grammatical accuracy, meaning that your sentences must be free of errors, and grammatical range. Having a wide grammatical range means that you are able to use different types of simple and complex sentence structures naturally in your speech. The final criterion is pronunciation. In this criterion, the examiner checks your pronunciation. Only the British or American pronunciation is accepted. Neither of the two is considered superior. Understandability of speech. This means that your speech must be clear enough to be understood easily by the examiner. Appropriate chunking. Chunking means getting pauses in your speech. These pauses must be appropriate in occurrence and must not be confused with irregular pauses. Appropriate chunking highlights the punctuations, commas, and periods in your speech, whereas the irregular pauses occur irregularly. Appropriate chunking is appreciated, whereas the irregular pauses will give you negative scores. Phonological features like emphasis, rises and falls in your voice. And finally, the accent doesn't affect understandability. You are allowed to have any accent while taking the exam. There is no advantage or disadvantage in adopting a certain speaking accent. However, if your accent is affecting understandability, then it might be considered a negative point. This is all from today's lecture about the introduction to the IELTS speaking test. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to get the latest updates about the preparation for the IELTS exam. Hope to see you soon in our next lecture. Till then, peace out.